yesterday when you see what Jason and the management team did with their roster?
Well, I feel we come strengthened out of the trade deadline. Number one, the confirmation of the path that we're on here. We've got that ability to just go right back to work tomorrow. With the additions, we have specific role players, which is really important. In the National Hockey League today, you need specialists. And, the conversations with Wayne yesterday and today have just been, motivational for me too. He's got a really excellent spirit, brings a good experience with him, loves to do things that we need more of with the net pressure, the option he gives us on the power play and his skill set. But above all, also the voice in the room that he'll be. He was already engaged today as if he's been here a long time. Dominik Kahun, I know well. He played multiple World Championships with my son, and I've seen each and every World Championships, which I'd like to stop doing over the last 20 years. So, him winning the silver medal at the Olympic Games and being an important part of that, multiple championships in Germany, coached by Don Jackson, one of the best coaches in Europe, a great ex-NHLer who teaches the right way, who believes in the principles. I've exchanged with Donnie over the years, so we know that Dominik's gone through a good school, a little bit like Victor maybe in Sweden. He had that school in Germany, and so we're excited to have him join us. And we feel that we've come out of it with our soul and our habits intact, with added power.
When it comes to Wayne, play center. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You've seen Kahun play
Yeah,
center.
yeah.
You saw him before.
Yeah.
He said he never played wing until he got to the National Hockey League with
Yeah.
the Blackhawks, and now he's played exclusively wing. Could you see yourself putting him back to center?
So the good thing is Donnie Granato worked with him all year last year in Chicago, so he knows him really well, and there's no question that he gives us that option. And not necessarily initially, as you integrate into how we want to play, it's not a complicated way, but it's very clear that you need to be within the principles here all the time. And I was speaking with the guys today. We watched the Colorado game yesterday. That was a game 10 games ago, if you can believe that, guys, 3 weeks ago, where we really deserted, what we're good at. And we need every individual to show up here to play our game. And so for him, I think it's easier on the wing initially, but he definitely gives you that option as a centerman, which I'm well aware of.
What kind of opportunity is this for Wayne? I mean, he hasn't had the best year with New Jersey. I mean, he clearly needs to prove himself. Like, what does he have here, I guess?
It's one of those where it's not relevant really what's happened in the past. It's what he's capable of, and him being a London, Ontario boy, 90 minutes away from here, waiving the no trade to come here, and just the enthusiasm on the phone yesterday was really a lot of fun interacting with him. So I think a lot of it is in the National Hockey League your psychological situation, and I think if we can build on the spirit he's got coming in here and just get him having fun. I think he lost a bit of that after so many years in Philadelphia and being such an important part of a lot of successful years there and being a centerpiece. Sometimes it takes a player a while to adjust to the reality that that's over, and let's work with him now and let's look forward and get him playing, the game he wants to play, and we'll get to know him really quickly. Our goal here as a coaching staff is to get the potential out of the individuals. So now, beginning today, we work hard with Wayne to find out what that is.
Ralph, you talked about how validating the path that you're on, these moves. How important was it to have the success that you've had over the 2 weeks after struggling coming out of the All-Star break, and then to see Jason come in and as you put it, validate? What message do you think that sends, and how important has that been for this team where it's at?
Again, I told you this a week ago, and I'll tell you it again today. We have not discussed in our room anything beyond what we can take care of today. And we've done this since September, and we're going to continue to do it. So really, those are big picture discussions, and I've had them with Jason, of course, but they don't get into the room with the players. That's a separate space. And we in that room never gave up on staying competitive here and wanting to play the right way and keep our habits alive, no matter the noise that hit us hard probably right around that Colorado game 3 weeks ago. And I think that's a reason why we're in this position today. But to tell you the truth, I never felt a quit around us, whether it was ownership or management. They were pushing and helping us to support us to stay on a path of staying competitive. Now, we all know what this trip is all about, how hard it'll be, the challenge going into a couple of the hottest teams in the National Hockey League. But we're ready for this challenge. We're hungry, and we're happy to be armed to look this challenge right in the eyes. But you are right. There was some noise in the outside that could have damaged us, but it didn't. And that speaks to the character of the room, of our leaders in there, and of how closely we're all working towards turning this project into one that everybody embraces.
How necessary was it to add an element of what Wayne Simmonds brings to the lineup? Was that something that was lacking with the group?
Well, I just think he's one of the best net front presence guys in the league over the last decade, and I think that whether he's doing it or whether he's teaching and helping us, there's no better voices in the room than the players themselves, and we are trying to facilitate that. But when we leave the room, they spend more time alone than with us. So, to have a voice like Wayne's in there, helping our group understand what opportunity still lies ahead if we get better at that game, is tremendous. And he's definitely somebody that we have a team physicality and a courage that I've liked of late, and he will just add to that in the right way. We're not asking him to do anything out of the ordinary, just be himself and continue to and continue to do what he's good at and step in to what we need him to do here to be the best version of Wayne.
You mentioned that phone call. At that point, had he accepted the trade, I guess?
He was definitely mentally ready, and on course it was about an hour after, but it was truly all out about organizing his personal life and what steps need to be taken, and just excited. He said he'd heard good things about the spirit here in Buffalo, and that was nice to hear. He spoke to some of his teammates about it that knew what was going on, and that was positive. And now here we are. Let's go to work.
Is Wayne an option for you in Denver tomorrow night? And what skill set do you anticipate him bringing?
Dominic?
Yes.
Yeah, Dominik is definitely he's a skilled player. He's got good hands, good feet, good speed, and he can play. He can play up and down the lineup. We don't have that classic top six, bottom six kind of situation here. We really are doing this by committee right now, and everybody knows that Jack, Ollie and Sam are the driving force in our offense. But everybody's involved in both directions. So where he's going to play and how that's going to settle in, and whether he's in, we'll make those calls tomorrow.
Kahun's been a bit of outside of hockey circles, he's a bit of an unknown, but how much input, because the connections that Granato had and you have watching him, how much input or how much more comfortable are you adding a player like this, because you have at least two people who know him?
Yeah, it helps a lot that you completely understand where he's coming from. I get his entire school of when he played in Mannheim as a kid to going to Munich, the most powerful franchise in German hockey, and then playing on the A national team as an 18-year-old. That's really rare. In all my 13 years with Switzerland's national team, I had one 18-year-old on that team that was Roman Josi. So you don't make national teams in Europe as an 18-year-old very often, and so just his track record and his ability to step up and play against bigger bodies really quickly was quite interesting. But it helps for sure to have some familiarity with the way he's been bred.
Thanks, guys. We'll
Yeah,
have to
thank
round
you. Yeah.